Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have the final match of the Link to the Past All Dungeons tournament between Buane and Eriror. Commentator for this hype match will be Apathy Duck and M. Kosler. Take it from here.
Hey, thanks very much. Yeah. So this is it. This is the finals of the finals. The winner of the winners bracket, and Eri, the winner of the losers bracket. Eri with the devastating upset of Buane yesterday. Can't believe that happened. To force this second game. This is winner take all. We will have the winner of the tournament after today. Like Luke said, I am Apathy Duck. I'm joined today by Kosler. How is it going?
It's going all right. Just had a little bit of lunch before we started, and ready to watch this great and exciting finish to a fantastic tournament that we've had over 2 months. Has it been 3 months? I don't know exactly.
We announced like end of January or something like that, or beginning of February. So it's been a while. Like we had like that month lead up where people were getting their first PBs and everything. So it's been going on a while. We were working on the tutorial before that. It's basically basically this entire year so far has been this tournament. So it's been a long one. A lot of part of the reason it was so long is we really wanted to encourage new people to join. So we had a fairly extensive group stage and a double elimination bracket. So it's been a while. Like I said before, we like doubled the amount of runs on the board for this category, which was really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but after all that, we're down to these two guys, and not just not just the new people playing, but the world record got brought down by over a minute. The amount of 110s got there's only like 2, and now there's 9 110s and 109s. So it's just really pushing the category forward. New tech was found, icebreaker was found, diver down was found in the middle of the tournament. Zero rush made everyone start doing the Meyer bomb jump, the Meyer hover. Like a lot of new stuff was found during the tournament. So it was really exciting to see this category get pushed forward. It's a really fun category. Gets rid of a lot of the stuff that people maybe not like about NMG as much. All the going through light world. That being said, this category does have its own issues.
It gets rid of some of the issues from NMG and merely rearranges some of the other issues from NMG.
Yeah. We don't have to fight Lamo of the bow. That's pretty nice.
That's excellent. That's excellent. But yeah, Eri was able to pull off the victory yesterday. It was a very tight match. We had something like 4 or 5 different lead changes throughout the run, with Eri just being able to pull ahead, mostly off the back of a better GT, and then Buane got RNG'd out of it with AGA 1, but at that point he was already behind. So I'm very excited for another excellent match between these two.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot closer than the results. If you saw the results from yesterday with Eri getting like a 110.22, I think, and then like Buane had like a high 111.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of that was the 6 blue balls really opened up the gap. Eri did have a comfortable lead heading into the RNG, but like I said, most of that was really at the end of the game with Turtle Rock. Both of them had some issues in that run. Both had a pretty wonky mire. And then Eri with the double mirror afterwards, let Buane basically catch right back up. But Buane never really able to capitalize on that down the stretch.
Right.
Yeah, so both of them just making their way through Escape. Everyone's favorite dungeon. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do for these first 2 dungeons. Even pretty much every category until you get to the full major glitch categories. do Eastern or Escape in Eastern. So it's the first 10 minutes is pretty much always the same.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to see the utter failure that we saw yesterday with both runners failing Fin Stash?
We better
My
not.
predictions.
We absolutely better not. No, this is for all the marbles, as it's been said. So I fully expect both these guys to be playing at the top of their games. Buane with a pretty nice escape so far, and Ariel lagging behind by about 2 seconds here.
Just got this little back of escape before we get to at least something that makes this category.
Yeah, we've said it before during this tournament, but one of the nice things about this category, it's very customizable with the amount of glitches you do. A lot of the glitches are really just small time savers, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So you can really kind of like, salt to taste, I guess. Only a couple of glitches are really like mandatory for doing the actual route. So it's fun to see what both these guys, they went for Citrus yesterday. I expect them to do it again today. They do most of the stuff. Buane with we always say it, his heretical Protestant church with some of the weird stuff that he does.
Unfortunate key rat there. Differential between these two runners. Ari having to go chase him all the way up in Seattle, while Buane had a pretty nice key rat to work with. But Buane getting beat up in this room, giving up basically all that time right back. I was gonna say you were saying our runners playing at their top form, but I believe I noticed Buane completely whiffing a chest turn and walking away from a chest. So maybe a little nerves coming out from. I guess they're both former world record holders, but currently third place.
Yeah, Ari is in second right now with they're both running as PB. So Ari's got the 10:03. Buane's got the 10:09. World record is 9:34. I want to say by Zelda.
Something like that.
Yeah, Zelda just always in a class of his own.
Right. So we're about to see the first major glitch in this Citrus clip. Saw yesterday that Ari was doing boom strats. Buane with an interesting, just going to go ahead and go all the way to the side of the bridge. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before. Generally, like anytime you use the boomerang, it's going to waste 12 frames, I believe. Normally, you just walk up the middle. A lot of the time, there's just a clear path for you to get through. Maybe just a little bit of a consistency strat there. That's the only reason I can think of doing that. But yeah, Ari's going to take a small lead here with off the back of that Citrus. A 111 entry. Buane with only a 113 though, so not bad either.
Yeah, Buane went 1 frame too long on the diagonal, so he had to pop out and retry, but nailed it on a second try. So not much time loss there. It's always nerve-wracking, that Citrus clip, because if you get over there and things just aren't going your way, then just time starts bleeding away, and you're just mad at yourself for not being like, well, I should have just walked.
Yeah, especially in the finals too. I mean, I can't imagine missing Citrus just several times in some sort of like big public event. It must be devastating.
Yeah, better hope Buane's not listening, or Ari not listening. You're putting some jinx on him right now.
I mean, it was just a dig at you.
Right. My Germ Hack Dallas run. Yeah. For whatever reason, I completely forgot that there was a select button that I could have used, and just kept on trying.
Yeah, that was also a while ago too, so a lot more experience with it now too.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew's got my back in chat.
Hey, I never died to Helmet in this tournament, okay? Carefully chosen words there.
Ari with a small lead coming into the big key damage boost in here. Both doing pretty well. Buane getting a little far of a knockback on that first hit, but really, I think getting knocked back far on the first hit isn't that big of a deal, because you're still. It's really more about how the second hit, where that second hit knocks you below the switch or not.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's necessarily even a time loss because you have to wait for the second hit anyways. So it really just, as long as you can get to the pot and pick it up, it shouldn't really matter.
Both runners sitting at 1.5. So yesterday, Eri had a. Wayne forgetting to pick up that pot. Yesterday, Eri had to play a little cautious coming in the end. He was at just half a heart going into the ZGR.
Yeah, that's sick damage boost.
But an unfortunate. I guess they both had pretty unfortunate ZGRs.
Yeah, the RNG's are already not playing nicely with. Well, I guess with Eri too. He had the key rat.
And then he wanted to pick up some arrows.
Yeah, actually the exact opposite situation of yesterday with Buane only being on 4 arrows and Eri being on 9. So again, Buane's going to need to get some backups in pod. A couple different ways of doing that. I think he's just going to get the drop down arrows.
Right. So Eri going back and picking up those arrows here. I don't necessarily know.
Did he get
usually
under the
don't
pot?
see people pick those. Yeah, he picked up the one under the pot in double readies.
Those, I never really thought about it, but those might be faster just because the drop down is pretty far away. So are those, so I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so both runners getting these bombs. Again, this is pretty much everyone does this. Only Andy is brave enough to do the sword clips, mostly because he started running this before bomb clips were a thing, so it's just kind of used to it.
Yeah, we're going to see a small divergence. I know Buane does dash strats here, and Eri takes the walk. But we're both going to end up in the same spot.
Yeah, it does the risky version of the dash too, which I'm really not a fan of. You can just, if you get hit by those guards, it's not just the time loss from the hit, it's the screen like rhythm gets all screwed up, and you can just lose buckets of time to save 5 frames over like the gland dash method.
Shoutouts to Glenn.
So once again, more or less tied, heading up into pod. Pod's really the first place we're gonna potentially see some divergence here. Eri having a little trouble with Kiki Skip yesterday. Also had some trouble in their first match, which is basically, some trouble's downplaying what happened in the first match.
The first match was basically what lost him the whole match. Here, though, both of our runners are getting the Kiki Yeet part of this sequence down.
Both of them getting the bomb in the correct place. I think Buane is okay. Eri is also alright. Yeah, both getting it in first try. Nicely done.
Yesterday, the actual clip down was what screwed Eri up. He ended up teleporting up by going 2 frames up instead of just 1. But both of them nailing it this time, so no real separation yet between our 2 runners.
Yeah, one of the frustration points of this category is a lot of like 1 frame buffers you have to do, and you really only have 1 try at them before they lose you 5-10 seconds. So it can be pretty frustrating. There's enough of them in the run that it's hard to give it a run where you do every one of them perfectly.
So we're thinking we're going to see Buane do the same thing that he did yesterday, picking up the drop-down arrows.
But he was short yesterday, so. But yeah, I expect Buane to do. I'm saying Eri was the one who was short yesterday. Yeah, so you can see there, Buane needing those drop-down arrows, allowing Eri to take a little bit of a lead here, just based on.
It was Buane who was short yesterday. Regardless, we can do the tail of the tape, but it was definitely Buane, and I'm definitely correct.
You're all gonna make me look up the tapes in the middle of this tournament, aren't you? Anyway, both of them not getting the key in the first try can be a little bit of a 50 in our resetting. It's only frames faster to get it the second time around. Buane does get the heart. Is going to go for it. Okay.
Yep.
Actually, that saves. Yeah, it saves a non-insignificant amount of time. It's like 40 frames. If he was down 2 hearts, it'd be like a second almost of time save, just from not having to pick up the heart. He's just gonna have to pick up 1 though, so pretty good for Buane.
It's much easier to get the second position with no extra buffers if you don't pick up that heart, because it's just a couple sword buffers up. So Buane did have a little bit of time waste getting back into the second position. I was a little worried that Buane didn't push it far enough, but looks like we're good.
A couple seconds ahead on his statue. That was just the needing the arrows for Buane, and then Buane getting a little time back with needing less refill hearts. He also menued before the which threw off my sense of time. Oh yeah, Eri
having some trouble here. This is not good. So Eri can only now take a single hit from Helma before in lethal range.
Yeah, it'd be real disappointing to have a Helma death kind of determine this finals match. So hopefully Eri will
get to deal with this turtle party here. So Buane catching up and taking the lead. There are a few unfortunate rooms from Eri in the first part of this basement section.
Getting the Helma moving down in the first pattern, just sideways on the second, sort of a fireball. Eri getting the down pattern, even with the fireball coming out, when he comes down, it's pretty manageable to deal with. And then spoke too soon. Just get the 2 hits in there. There's the 3rd hit.
Eri did get hit again, but he should be able to finish that off. So yeah, 2 pretty good fights from our runners.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't getting a fireball just because he did the first phase so fast. He really was ahead of that cycle. A little bit on the back of not doing the sword out strats.
But no, both runners passed the big gatekeeper for the start of the run. Big reset point for runners of all skill levels, but especially if you're new to the category. So
yeah. Well, if you're new, it's overs and it's a much less of a reset point.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, moving into the next 3 segments, pretty straightforward. Although I did say that yesterday, Buane gave us a little bit of a heart attack in Skullwoods. They both go for early bomb jump too, so that would, like in a PB attempt, that would pretty much be a reset point. But here it's just going to be a pretty bad time loss if either one of them miss it. But I mean, Hera's still Hera. Like, it's definitely safer here. But can still, you can still die to Moldorm, can still get knocked down. Getting knocked down only like a 10 or 12-second loss, something like that. And Eri's entry into Hera was like I didn't even see the Link move up, and he was just in there. That was very fast. Wow.
Buane with a completely open area, having to play a little bit of dodge, or a little guard, I should say, with the mini mold.
Yeah, that mold honestly is less of a big deal in this category, because we're in the room. We don't mirror. We come in from the other way, so we're in the room for slightly longer, and it gives the molder a little bit more time to move out of your way. So
Right.
A lot of times he's just completely a lot more manageable here than he would be in NMG.
Both of our runners able to take the coffee break with a good first try boom dash. Eri showing us off a little infinite dash there.
Area with a little miss menu. I know, just wasting a little bit of time there.
Both runners very healthy coming into the top part of this category.
Yeah, 4 hearts is the best you're ever going to be at because we don't take the refill. Really not worth. Even if you're a beginner player, the basement really isn't all that scary. If you want some extra hearts, you're better off hitting the switch to refill before going to Moldorm than taking Old Man heal.
Nice EBJ from Buane. Gonna be looking at Eri to see if he can do the same.
Looks like he got it. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Very nice. Area with a pretty bad fire pattern. Usually you can just rail clip in there, but you can't rail clip when there's still fire coming at you.
Right.
It does take 1 heart. You really only, to be comfortable, you really only need like 2 hearts here. It's just 3 hits with the hammer. It's not too hard for Moldorm to hit you, so it's nice to have 1 extra hit. Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of, very unfortunate there for Buane. Eri, with his 3 clean hits, takes the lead.
Yeah, wait. Generally, you're not going to take a lot of hits from Moldorm. I always want to call him Helma. You're going to get knocked off, which is what happened to Buane. So.
Why Helma? I would think
I
Moth.
Why Moth?
At least they both start with M.
Helma has an M in it. It's not a commentator's curse. I said to not die. You got knocked off. It's completely different.
So, after a brief moment of Buane in the lead, we have another lead change with Eri retaking it after that unfortunate knockoff. Buane did get the jump over the bush there.
Yeah, there is a.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just saying there is a potential hard luck coming down. I don't think that's like the one hard luck we didn't see at all in this tournament. It's pretty easy to avoid, but you can always get it if you
on the DMD.
Yeah. You just need one.
Yeah.
You just need to push the button. You know, a little finger slip. It's not entirely out of the realm of likelihood for it to happen.
Yeah,
but
really. I guess just Zelda. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. Did Zero participate in the tournament?
yes, he did.
Okay, so I guess Zero and Zelda do the version of the DMD, which is much more likely to have that hard lock happen, right? Where they don't go for the bonk strat.
Yeah, a little bit more like there's. I haven't really looked too much at the strat. I know what they do is they use that menu there to read if they're in the right position. So it's still pretty safe to do that. But I mean, if you just a misread on your position could also cause the hard lock. Now, the main reason I never looked at it is because you lose your menu for this attic room to read this RNG, which makes this room a little bit trickier.
Gotcha. Saw that Buane had the God Pixel on the Hellway, but was blocked by that Patrick Star. So even when you can get something, the game can just take it away from you.
Yeah, I always prefer, if I'm not going to get the RNG for Hellway, for the first star, just to take it away from me, so I know I got to deal with it. It's always annoying when the one up top gets in your way.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Ari missing the
Ooh,
bomb
yeah,
on the
missing
Southpost.
the Southpost there, having to go chase it back down again. Definitely losing some time if Buane can handle this correctly. And he nails it, so a little bit of time gain back for Buane.
Yeah, so we're going to be moving into the blind fight. Should be hopefully a straightforward fight for both these guys.
Right through phase 2. Very easy blind fight.
Yeah, expect the same from Buane here.
Mm-hmm. Oddly, Buane only took damage in... Eri took no damage, and then Buane only took damage in the overworld, which was... You don't really... Not really where you expect damage to happen in Thieves Town.
Yep, I'll be right back.
Okie doke. Right, quick, apathy's gone. Who is this guy? Meanwhile, we got both of our runners in the cutscene. Looks like Eri posting up with a 2645. Buane just about to do his sword up with a 2658. So good 13-second difference between our runners.
Yeah, that's pretty much just the Moldorm fall. Like I said, it's about 12 to 13 seconds. Especially since Buane was deep into the fight too. Losing a little bit more time there than if he fell just immediately.
Once again, going to be seeing the slight difference between our two runners. Eri taking the frog door, Buane doing the double quick warp.
All right, coming up on the moment of truth, we had quite the disaster yesterday with both of them missing fence dash.
Eri forgetting to dash out the door. Or that move down. Don't know if he just forgot to do it, and then he was already walking down far enough that it's like, well, it's not going to save any time now. And misses the spin speed. Honestly, maybe some nerves coming up for the spin stash. Ooh, nope, he got it.
1 for 1. It's all on Buane. I'd never be more nervous. Looks like he's good, and we got it.
And we got it.
All right, we're true finals. We're gonna have to strip that trophy away from Elaine.
Yeah. Elaine can go back to grinding classic WoW or whatever he's been doing.
OSU? I don't know.
Oh,
wow, that's
messing up that move there.
Yeah, not a guard you usually get bodied by. Only half heart though effectively does not matter unless he takes. There's not much else you can take half heart from in here. I guess the Stalfos in the room Aries in. Aerie having a very good mummy statue. Hopefully Buane will as well. It's a little bit of bad energy. He plays it beautifully.
Yeah, very nice move.
Yeah, as long as you're holding diagonal there, you can see like moving up and down. You have like the faster movement speed, so you can kind of like air to the top half of the statue. Just do like a little bit like quicker movements to kind of get around them.
It looked like Aerie didn't do EBJ when he did it yesterday. Buane's been getting pretty bodied after.
Yeah, this is
after the mummy statue, which
yeah, usually
another instance where you're like, well, that's where you're supposed to be taking the damage, or if you take damage, that's the most likely spot that you're taking damage.
Yeah, usually when you're down 4 hearts is because you got kissed by a mummy.
Right.
You rarely see someone down by 4.5, but like I said, should be fine. Hopefully he has a good mummy hellway. That's where he had some issues yesterday. I expect it shouldn't be too much of an issue though. Ooh, Aerie. Now Aerie having the trouble.
But handles it a little bit better than Buane did yesterday. So only took 1 kiss. Buane nails it this time.
So they're both gonna be going into the moth fight a little down. 4 hearts really isn't that bad for these guys. You can take 1 hit from Moth. Moth giving Aerie very nice pattern. Get a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, we were saying yesterday with Buane, who only had 1 heart left, that he couldn't really play it that aggressive.
Oh, just missed the double hit. That would have been a perfect fight. Yeah, like you were saying, with the 1 heart, you just can't play it that aggressive. As Buane kind of mentioned in the interview afterwards, it was just a little scared that if he didn't get the double and he went for that poke dash, it would have been end of the run, especially in a race setting. You just really can't die. In a PB setting, more or less, like you have to, especially with these guys' time, they're being so good. You pretty much have to go full out.
So both runners still within shouting distance of each other. We had like a 13-second differential between the 2 runners from before. Here we got a sword up from Aerie at 32-33. Gonna be seeing it from Buane pretty shortly.
Yeah, and we're definitely entering the part of the run where things can change in a hurry. Desert being the first one of those segments. Although it happens more often than not that we always say like this is a segment someone can catch up in. It can also be a place where Buane loses more time just as easily, which kind of happened yesterday. Buane getting some pretty bad Katy Perry RNG.
Yeah, both Katy Perry and trying to get off of Death Mountain by Zora had to deal with a squirrel over there, but no issues with Katy Perry this time.
Yeah, she gave him a little bit of a heart attack for showing up right there,
right.
But unfortunately moving away just allowed him to get through. Aerie not having any issues either.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Buane having a very good one as well. Just move on to this last screen. They're all pretty much out of the way. I always get nervous when people slash down there, because if you're like pushed up against the wall, you can't actually get the spin speed.
Right, you'll grab the wall instead.
Yeah, generally. I mean, I don't do the spin strat anymore, but when I did, I would slash up to avoid that. Same thing for like Kiki Yeet or something. Just slash up so you're facing away from the wall. So both of them getting through the first part of Desert Palace with no problems. Both these guys have very, very good Desert Palace goals. Buane from 512, Area from 510, which effectively is the same time, with Buane doing a slightly slower strat they'll be seeing here.
Where he nails the bomb jump. Or bomb clip, I guess. We're seeing Buane doing his spin clip.
Yeah, the primary tenet of the Protestant Church of Buane. Yep, and he gets bombed right there.
And the bomb is in his way again.
Yeah. As I've said before, everything here is terrible, so just do the fastest terrible thing.
So a little unfortunate there for Buane. Bleeding a little time to Eri here.
Yeah, the hit doesn't really matter. Once you get into Desert, you're pretty safe. I'd be if Buane managed to take 4 hearts of damage in this dungeon. That'd be quite the thing. You can see Eri making a similar decision from yesterday with 12 arrows.
Or arrows.
Yeah, just skipping those arrows. Pretty slow arrows. It's about like 50 frames to pick them up. Buane being a little less healthy in arrows, pretty much has to pick those up. Just going into Mire with just 12 is definitely not enough.
Buane with a slightly better cannonball pattern, not having to stop in the middle.
Eri on quite the pace, apparently. We may be seeing a new best desert by anyone here. Maybe not. We're getting a little spoilers here.
Eri's spoiling the chat.
Right, so moving into his Llama fight, yeah, unfortunately, just missing that first one. If you're gonna miss a Lanmo, though, the first one's the one to do it, because he's gonna be the first one coming back up. You can see not losing all that much time there. I mean, that was still just a ridiculous desert segment.
Yeah, and saying he missed it, he hit the guy. It's just the game gave the boss a little extra iframes. And the fire rod shot didn't actually do anything to him.
I mean, he shot too early. It's not like the game gave Lanmo like randomized amount of iframes. But yeah, I mean, it was a very, very tough. That's one of the toughest.
You said he missed them. If you're gonna miss one,
oh my god,
check the tape. Anyway.
All right. So yeah, moving into the minor segment, both these runners, both of them having some issues here yesterday. Eri missing the bomb jump and surprisingly the first bomb clip, which is usually very straightforward. Buane having a little trouble on the Hera to Swamp one, which is the more difficult of the two. I know he's saying he's kind of had the yips with that clip a little bit recently, so I fully expect some nerves. here. Hopefully he'll be able to get through it just fine. Eri able to get the top dash with some nice Fire Snake RNG.
He did have a little annoying pattern in Meyer 2-1, I guess, where the Popo kind of hid behind the BMOS there, so he had to go run around and smack it in the face.
One of the advantages of the fast strat is not only is it faster, but kind of prevents some of the worst RNG from really messing with you. There, getting a nice bomb with from that slug.
And we're very likely going to see the same thing we saw yesterday, where Eri goes for the Meyer bomb jump while Buane does not.
Buane might? No, he's not. Okay, I was thinking because he's feeling behind a little bit, maybe thinks he really can't afford the the extra seconds losing to Eri.
But he did also see yesterday that Eri failed it, so maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the gap we had yesterday. Eri with a little bit of a lead. I think maybe a little bit bigger of a gap today. And then Buane pretty much caught up on the back of Eri failing these two clips. Oh, he fails it again.
I think it was a little closer yesterday, because I feel like when he failed, Buane was picking up the key.
Yeah.
Still very, very close in Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, this gap, a lot of this gap is still just that Moldorm fall, and then just the back of Eri having a ridiculous Desert Palace. Buane had a 5:21, which is a good time, time you'd be happy with in most runs, but when your opponent puts up a 5:10...
Eri's about to have some trouble.
Did he not grab the key?
He did not grab the key.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think he's just too used to getting the bomb jump.
Oh, no.
He is already in.
Yeah, this is devastating, honestly.
Yeah.
Hopefully he mirrors sooner than later.
Yeah, basically, this whole point here is just time loss.
Yeah, that's
extending the time loss.
Yeah, so the problem with that, I mean, I've done it. The problem with that bomb jump is...
There we go, he's mirroring.
You get the key on the second pass through.
Right.
Because you come up from the bottom, makes it a little faster. But if you just don't go for the bomb jump, you get it on the first time, and then since you're coming into that room from the right side, you just dash straight through.
Correct.
So, like, you can get this weird, like, brain thing
where you're
coming in from the right.
Head.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm coming in from this direction. I already have the key. So, yeah, it's one of the things with going for that bomb jump. You really got to pay attention. He still needs a key. Oh, we already. Yeah, so Buane is going to take a pretty substantial lead here. Yeah. That's really unfortunate that it's such a swing here just from a brain fart, honestly. Buane with a very nice Meyer 2-2, getting that heart drop. One of the benefits to sword clipping is you get to preserve your beams there. By fire rotting that first wizard, you can get the drop on the way up. You can still even go for the fast strat there. Buane doesn't go for that strat, but it becomes a little trickier because you're later into the room's RNG.
And Buane accidentally grabbed onto the wall there, or the chest there, after he picked it up. So just taking it safe, deciding to cancel his dash a little early. You can, if you just dash straight on down, and you're not, you waste a little time getting that Samaria. You could end up falling right in the path of that laser and be in for a really bad time.
Yeah, at this point, Eri is going to need Buane to make some type of significant mistake. There's certainly plenty of opportunities left for that to happen. just some of the tricks in Ice Palace you can lose a good bit of time on. The Mire escape, if that goes poorly, especially going for the fast strat, that you can lose some time there. I know Buane said yesterday he wasn't paying close attention to the race. He was like checking in every once in a while.
He would check. I think he said he was checking in after every segment to see where he was.
Yeah,
and then at some point when he was behind, relatively significantly, he sort of gave up checking. So yeah, don't know if he knows what happened to Eri or not. I know Eri. Ooh, brain taking a smack.
Speaking of mistakes, Buane making
not a fatal one though.
One here. Yeah, not a fatal one. That would have again changed the lead significantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Eri either needs a major mistake from Buane or a lot of little mistakes that add up. I will say Eri is one of the best in the game of not letting mistakes get to him. Even in that first matchup where he was behind very early because of that Kiki skip issue, he played an excellent game down the stretch, and honestly put the match in close contention at the end, where Buane only needed to make one of those mistakes for Eri to retake the lead.
Right. Yeah, it got close enough at the end that it had Buane done something like screw up the TR mirror wrap or something like that, and then Eri would have been right back in it. Eri did show us off the beam strat there for the third switch. I guess it's the second one in this year, but he did end up getting bunny beamed.
Yeah, and Eri getting I'm not quite sure exactly what happened, but unfortunately missing that left eye. It did come over. He gave him a chance at it, say the zero cycle, but just barely missed it. But that's a very hard thing to be able to read and react to that quickly. And we're not getting chest bombs today. Both runners ended up getting them yesterday. Buane with plenty of bombs, being able to head into his swamp here. Eri, I think, still going to get. He was on 2 yesterday and got them. They're not too bad because it does allow you to skip the other 2 bombs in this situation. But they are a little bit on the slow side. Mostly because the game needs to tell you how to use bombs for the 400th time when you pick them up.
So, looking at the tail of the tape, we had a 45-25 from Buane. Eri currently sitting about a minute 14 behind there. So, yeah, very likely going to need either a succession of small mistakes from Buane that add up, or one big mistake for Eri to come back in. But it's really on Buane. It's Buane's match to lose at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not that hard to really lose this much time on either the Ice Palace mirror wrap if you just miss especially if you get the mirror failure and not the moving transition to the screen failure. That takes, it's like a good 15 seconds per failure. And like Icebreaker too, if that starts going a little wrong, especially if you get low on magic, where you have to kind of like reuse the block that's already out, you can lose a significant amount of time there as well. So not even, there's other things besides just like a soft lock or something that can let Eri close this gap back up. But yeah, right now Buane is ahead by most of Swamp Palace.
And able to get the zero cycle this time. Both runners nailing their diver downs. Checking their ammo counts. Both runners seem to be in a pretty good spot. Eri down one that from what I believe that he likes to be, though it's not going to be that hard to for him to make it up at this point.
Yeah, well, he'll either do the cane dash or teleport Ice Rod Cave. Or actually, no,
Yeah,
he
he
can
won't
just
even
get the
need that. He can just get something in TR. Or
yeah, you can just get the TR
GP.
bomb and not go for the fast strat. So Buane passed one of the potential hurdles here, that doing that Ice Palace Mirror Wrap first try.
Yeah, Eri having the empty zero cycle, which is always annoying.
Yeah, definitely you can feel for Eri that just a little mental mistake like that cost him so much time.
Right.
Really would be right in. I mean, probably still in the lead, honestly, at this point. Oh, but yep, Buane, like I said, this is one of the places where Buane can lose some significant time. Does get it second try though.
Gets it second try though. Yeah, you saw Buane doing his patented subpixel setup, but it seemed that he realized he was immediately off the subpixel and went for the normal strat. Missed it the first time, and then, as we saw, got it the second time.
Yeah, you can put down up to 4 blocks if you did the bomb strat, or 3 if you do use the Samaria in the previous room. So you have 4 total to get through both those rooms, so you don't need to go hunting for magic. If you do need magic, you can be in some pretty dire straits. So we'll see. Yeah, Eri's still going to do the bomb strat here. And so he's got a bunch of ways to make up a bomb. We'll see what he goes for. The absolute... Actually, I mean, technically the absolute fastest thing would be to teleport Ice Rod Cave. But good luck getting that faster. Oh no, Buane missed the spin on Cold Stare.
I was just about to say, Buane posted a screenshot last night of him having issues with this Cold Stare fight. His issue last night was that he missed one of his shots with the fire rod. Tonight, though, a little early on the spin, almost getting clipped by that.
Yeah, that's
nice there. Survives. Wow. So keeps his lead, but that definitely gave a lot back to Eri.
Yeah, the Cold Stare fight in this is definitely safer than the NMG fight, just because you have so many more hearts. I mean, that would have been a dead Buane in NMG.
Absolutely.
Coming in here with less hearts overall, even with the additional damage we take on purpose in this. Well, I guess we take the same amount of damage, right? Bomb clip versus the bomb jump. But yeah, a little bit of a sketchy fight for Buane. Definitely gonna let Eri open the door for Eri here. I mean, Buane's still gonna have a decent lead, as you can see. But Eri can have one of straightforward fight. Definitely gonna be making up a sizable chunk of time.
Right.
And he looks like he is gonna. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Again, we just to see if Buane. This is not a run Buane is going to be very, very happy with. We'll see if he knows the situation. But if he hasn't been looking, he can't possibly think he's actually ahead.
Yeah. A runner of Eri's caliber, you kind of just have to assume that he's doing everything great, and so.
Yeah, and he has been like. Just that one, and it wasn't even a like mechanical mistake. It was just brain mistake. I guess I'll say.
So we'll be able to see here pretty shortly what the actual difference is. Buane had a 53.01 sword up, Eri with a 53.52. So a 51-second difference between our two runners. Gaining like 23 seconds or so from when he left Swamp.
Yeah, so still a fairly comfortable lead for Buane. If Eri can,
Okay.
yeah, this is one of the issues with this. Oh no.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's actually savable.
I don't know.
think
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I've done
Very
that.
rarely have I had to.
I've done that with a non-broken camera, and I think you can fix it. It's just with the broken camera, it's even harder. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be a really big time loss here.
Did he? He would have been at 2 bombs already. I wonder if he didn't want to try, because when you jump off, you sometimes, without picking up a bomb beforehand, you sometimes have a chance of accidentally. Ooh, he did it again.
Yeah, I guess he is going for this on purpose. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's quite in the right spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this teleport is exactly the same as a normal teleport. The problem is the camera is broken there, so your cues are completely different. I do it kind of like Eri does it with the sword down, and kind of use like Link's shoe on kind of the wall there to kind of position myself.
Yeah, but it's a strat that you kind of have to practice, and you're not often messing that clip up. So
yeah, it's definitely something I've preached, that if you are going to do the ice rod clip, you 100% need to know that teleport, because if you do, it looked like Eri did do it on purpose. They're trying to get that bomb back, that effective bomb back. But if you don't do it on purpose, like if you just hop down like that, yeah, you get a weird state where like the bombs will plop. So you definitely need another teleport. Otherwise, it's going to be a soft lock effectively.
Very interestingly, I wasn't paying enough attention, but I did see that Eri did the old version of the TR mirror wrap.
Yeah, I think he had a missed input on the climb and went too high.
Gotcha. Buane making it out of Trinex. So, does not go back-to-back poor boss fights. I'm trying to think what could possibly be some things that could happen to Buane.
I mean, GT is still GT.
Like a weird death on the GT climb.
Or soft lock. Like, there's definitely things. But Buane is definitely in a good spot here.
Yeah, pretty commanding lead. I don't think that there's a possibility for some ridiculous RNG differential to bring this back together.
I mean, even messing up the clip, it depends on how he fixes it. If he can do the save, it's only like about 20 seconds. If he resets, I think it's closer to a minute.
So I think with that, we can kind of make some determination that Buane is watching a little bit, because he did pick up the health this time, as opposed to yesterday he did not pick up the Uncle Kiss.
Yeah, I do remember last time he specifically said at Turtle Rock is when he looked, probably specifically for this reason, to determine whether or not he wants to get that heal. We'll see what Eri decides to do. I've kind of made the comment before that when you're behind by this much, you're not gonna. Your opponent has to make a mistake, so you're actually better off taking the heal, preventing you also making a mistake, and letting them still win, even when they did make that mistake, because you're not going to win. You're not going to catch up just by saving a couple seconds
3
here.
seconds or whatever.
Yeah,
skipping the heal and doing the fast.
Yeah, so it's almost a little counterintuitive, but you're better off playing as safe as possible, letting your opponent make a mistake and then capitalize off of that. We will just see what Eri decides to do.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Buane's gonna be heading into his Ice Armors fight. You can lose a bunch of time here if you mess up this fight and run out of arrows. Buane's got a good amount though. It should be okay.
Yeah, he had 3 left over, so even if he screwed up somewhere along the way, he would have had enough to just use arrows for a red armors.
Eri does make the decision to go ahead and skip the old man heal. Just gonna be going straight forward.
Buane, with getting the old man heal, feels no reason to do a slow safe version of the floor 2. I do remember yesterday he did have troubles with this spike room, using his patented strat.
Yeah, another tenant of the Protestant church here, but yeah, it does get through it cleanly today.
Having a little trouble cleaning up G2 for Buane, but nice little toss finishes that off.
Yeah, Buane having a little bit of a sloppy GT. Again, his lead is comfortable enough that that's not going to be a determining factor here. I was gonna say, if you told Buane yesterday that he'd be plus almost a minute on his PB and still have a minute lead against Eri, I'd say he wouldn't believe you, but it is AD, so he'd be like, yeah, no, that definitely could be a thing.
It's pretty much anything's possible in this category.
Yeah, I mean this tournament, we had a lot of players with really good times get eliminated or taking losses fairly early on.
Yeah,
this tournament is just so much about. Don't at me. It's just so much about consistency and everything. Just how well you can. We had some players who I think it was like Pika Pals he got like a 115 every single race, and did root for someone of that level PB. did really well in the tournament just because he would just drop 115s every race, and it's like if you made
Right.
a mistake, you're gonna lose.
Yep. Yep. I believe Dow was pretty close to the same as that, and that took him.
Yeah, that was the 111 version, or like the 112
Right.
version of that, just dropping 112s every single race. So just like, and did incredibly well. Made it to the winners
Yeah,
finals.
Top 3.
Based on that, and then ran into Eri, which 112 against Eri, not going to cut it most of the time.
Buane taking
Buane
a fall.
taking the
No
I don't
one
know.
really has it for Buane in this run.
Yeah, Moldum 2 has just been with me especially too. Just every time I fight him lately, he's been knocking me off. Yeah, so Eri is able to close up this gap a little bit. Yeah, we're in the like maybe RNG, but in the realm of like astronomical odds.
Yeah.
We need like a 0 and a 15 here type of thing. Even with the RNG from yesterday, where Buane got 6 and Eri got 1, Buane should still be able to maintain this lead here.
You're gonna see a 4 cycle from Buane. The annoying Aga 2 4 cycle. I didn't see what exactly happened with Eri, but just had to play it safe and wait for the jingle there.
Eri showing
Definitely
a
getting
little frustration.
frustration.
Yeah, like I said, Eri, one of the best. Just keep playing well when things start going a little wrong. Given the situation of being the finals, I definitely understand, even for a guy like Eri, some of the frustration coming through.
And with Buane's last chance for a chess turn, we get a length sad in the chat. So, Buane making it up to the top here. Just as Eri makes it into Aga Tower.
Yeah, so it's ends up it's close to like a 2-minute gap at this point, I believe.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, even 15 blue balls is only something like a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I am rooting for Buane to get the 6 blue balls. I see no better way to end this tournament than with another 6.
Well, I know Anders is rooting for one of these two to get 15 for that free,
Yeah, finally.
free dinner.
I thought it was a 5-course meal at this point.
Well, starting out with a single blue ball for Buane, so he's on the track for 15. Wait, that's how math. Aw.
Nope.
Dream's dead.
6 is still very much alive, though.
Buane just standing in the lightning.
Yeah, not even taking a blue ball. Maybe if he absorbs the blue balls, he's thinking somehow that'll prevent him from
shoot him back
getting more. Was that just 3?
Yeah, I think this should be the end.
Yeah, so you can see Ares gonna be coming into his Aglet fight just as Buane is leaving it.
Buane falling into Ganon. I suppose a very unfortunate Ganon fall or death near the end could also bring this back. But given that you get the refill, it's pretty unlikely to.
Yeah, with that, Buane is gonna be moving to phase 4.
Deciding to try to go for the cape spin. Gets it that second try, so he's back on cycle here with these.
And there we go. The pig is officially dead. Once Buane crosses the most treacherous bridge in all of Hyrule, he will officially be the winner of the All Dungeons tournament. And we can officially confirm with the SRL time of 1:11:55, Buane has won the tournament. So get your GGs in chat to him. We are now joined by Buane. GGs to you, sir.
Hey, Apathy. Hey, everybody. GG's. This seems like a great showcase of what can go wrong.
I honestly,
absolutely
not. Honestly, the only way this tournament really could end. Yeah, we said it before. We knew what we were getting into with this tournament, with some of the things that can go wrong.
Oh yeah.
So were you aware of? I know you said you were in and out yesterday.
I checked after Helma to make sure that neither of us died to Helma.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't check again until after T-Rock, just because I wanted to see what I was doing in GT.
Gotcha.
If my Hera had been better, I mean, I knew I had to be behind after Hera in all likelihood. So I was like, I don't even want to see how far behind I am. And didn't really have any great runs of splits to see, like, okay, now I'll check. Maybe I'm a little closer. So I didn't check until after T-Rock because it wasn't really going to change anything I did until GT.
Gotcha.
Yeah, basically the thing that Eri missed the bomb jump, and then forgot to grab the berry key. Was the big thing.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
I saw his splits when I checked in because I just loaded up his stream, so I saw his splits, and I was like, it seems on the light side for a Vidi death, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was.
He got all the way to clipping from Herita Swamp, and then as he clipped from Herita Swamp, before pushing the lever, he switched to the mirror.
I have definitely jammed the reset button, doing that exact same thing. Just
Yeah.
Failed the bomb jump, didn't pick up the key. When I actually took the bomb jump completely out of my run just because I got so bad at it after not practicing it for a long time. But it's hard to remember, especially like because I know Eri hits his bomb jump very frequently. I know he missed it in both these races, but he's got a very high percentage on it. And when you have a very high percentage on it, it's very easy to forget to pick up the key on the way back.
Right. We are joined by Eri, who finished up with a SRL time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 1 second. Our number 2 runner in this entire tournament, so still a very good accomplishment. But yeah, when did you... we can see when you ended up mirroring, but what got you to remember that you forgot the key?
You guys.
Us on commentary.
Yeah,
45-second delay on the comms. It took me a while. It was like, key? What key? Oh no, that key.
Yeah, we saw you go. We said it's the thing with the bomb jump. I think the first time everyone fails the bomb jump and goes around that loop, everyone makes that mistake the first time. So like, yeah, it's such a hard thing to remember because it's like you're coming through that way, and when you come in that door, you're like, I'm just gonna go straight through, and it's so
it was
definitely a frustrating thing to happen. But
it was just nerves all the way through. Like, I mean, Buane deserves it more than anyone else. He's such a good runner and a great friend. So like, I'm super happy for him. But it was so many nerves, and that bomb jump fill escalated into everything, like missing the bomb, like and not having enough bombs, into like doing that clip into into Ice Cave and then failing that, costing me another minute. It's like it all escalated, right?
Were you doing the broken teleport on purpose?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the fastest thing, and I've practiced it. So it's just this time I was a pixel too low, and that happens.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's the same teleport. It's your cues are completely different. So I definitely understand finish. And yeah, I mean even me being this tournament, just the nerves during these runs are through the roof.
So
like
hard.
we all know.
Yeah,
we all know how rough this category can be. And when you go, okay, you have one shot at a run. We've seen really great runners put up some pretty wild times in this thing just because things start going off the rails, and it's super hard to recover. And
forget about just the AD stuff. Like, it's still a hard game. I didn't really mess up anything AD related, and I was still plus 2 minutes just from terrible boss fights. And some of the worst, I mean, it didn't really make a difference. It was like 2 or 3 seconds in every split, but some of the worst enemy RNG I've ever seen, just everything bopping me and just cost me a second and a half here and there is really the only thing I think that played nice in the whole run was the Moldorm in the Herita to Swamp clip for once. So
yeah, he kind of got stuck in that corner there.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was, as you were getting into the cold stare fight, I was remembering because I think you posted in Greenham's chat the night before that you had like this several gold split run. You were doing great, and then you ended up. The screenshot was you at cold stare with no magic and the ice shield still there. So I was thinking, hey,
it's really frustrating. Like, it's really frustrating because I knew that I had moved a little too much before the first fire rod shot on cold stare, and I knew that. So I said I have to delay a little bit at the top of the screen so I don't spin too early, and I did. And I still spun too early. So that's the most frustrating thing, that like when you see something has gone wrong, you think you've adjusted enough to fix it, and it still goes wrong. It's just, I saw it. I moved a little too much, and I guess I just didn't delay enough. But yeah, I mean, like, just little stuff. It's like Eri said, stuff can snowball, especially in this category, because mistakes aren't on the order of like seconds. They're on the magnitude of dozens of seconds when you mess up in this category. And the game is hard, and the nerves, and it's the last game no matter what, and your opponent's really good. it's
Right.
that on top of everything, just it makes it fun for sure. It's a lot of fun. Like this whole tournament's been a lot of fun. Even some of the bad runs, you're not racing against everyone's PB. So like you're both making mistakes. It's it's just fun to have an event like this. Forget about the category. As a community, it'd be awesome to do a lot more of these. Just because it's fun to play against really good people, and it's nice if you bring your A game, but maybe the beauty a little bit is you don't need to bring your A game sometimes. Like the runs against Eri, I'm 2-0 against Eri when he loses 3 minutes, and I'm 0-1 when he doesn't lose 3 minutes. So who do we walk away from this tournament thinking is the better player here?
So you're saying you're volunteering to organize this next one then, Buane, is what I'm hearing.
I am volunteering. I will do as much work as Lanxian did in this tournament.
Wow. Lanx shambles.
I mean,
that in chat.
Buane deserves to be the champion of this tournament just for that. Just for that.
I'm just happy that I brought home the Girdle Prophecy. So.
Exclamation mark, Buane.
Yeah. So both of y'all, we'll go with Buane first. What's next? Is the plan to try and get that elusive 109? You looking at a different category, saying screw Link to the Past for the rest of your life?
If you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said this is the end of this category for a long while. But even though the runs have been pretty bad, outside of a handful the last week or two, it's still a fun category to run. So I don't think I'm gonna abandon it completely. I do need to take a nice long break from Link to the Past for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole world falling apart around us as this tournament has gone on.
Yeah, absolutely.
there are some things to pay attention to that are not Link to the Past. But when I come back, who knows what my goals will be. But it'll be nice to kind of just step back for a little while and, just tune into twitch.tv/ErirorPS to watch the 122 grind in NMG startup. With the weekly, today, I believe, is when that grind officially gets underway.
I mean, you'll be joining, right?
Well, we'll see.
So, and for Eri, the same question. It seems like NMG might be your next pasture.
I really wanted the 109 before this tournament ended because now I have this dilemma. I was feeling so good these last 2 weeks, so ending with a 114 is not exactly what I was looking for. I'm gonna be a little bit honest here. I'm not sure. There's 3 things that I think are super achievable right now. One of which is the 109 in this category. The second of which is the 21 3x in Master Sword. And before the end of the year, I want to get 123 2x in NMG.
Okay.
So that's a bit more of a long-term goal. Because right now it would be pretty hard. I still have like so much overworld and so much NMG specific stuff that I need to practice. One of which is double bomb hammer jump, which is actually impossible after having done AD for like half a year.
It's literally impossible now. It's absolutely completely exited my brain.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, if you just do what you used to do, or especially going for the low 123 or the 122, just throwing in some AD runs, you can easily get the 109 that way, just to break up the grind a little bit. But yeah, definitely a hard category, definitely a hard game. Honestly, I wouldn't have this tournament any other way between you two guys facing off. You guys having effectively a 3-game series in this tournament, with some really good matches. So yeah, it was just really great. So yeah, I guess if either of you got any final words, and I think we're gonna bring some other people in to just kind of wrap up the tournament in general. So if you guys want to finish with your thoughts, I'll let you.
You took a lot of thoughts out of my head in regards to Eri. Couldn't ask to end the tournament against. Even just to play against Eri in the tournament with a lot on the line, very fun. So if he had won, there would be no hard. You wouldn't have to really walk away from the tournament saying, "Ah, man, can't believe I couldn't pull that out against the third or fourth best Link to the Past player in the world." Dang. So just GG's to him. Great tournament. He definitely, if you stack up our runs just in this tournament, forget about the runs that he's been throwing up 110s for the last month, pretty much like clockwork. Just look at his times in the tournament versus my times in the tournament. I don't think I even had a 110 in the entire tournament. So, we can talk about who deserves it back and forth plenty. Just GG's to Eri, great run, and maybe in the next tournament we can meet again. And then just also huge GG to you, Apathy, for everything you did behind the scenes for this tournament, really keeping things going, and for the category too. When people started picking up this category a little bit after a bunch of the bomb clips, what was it, like a year and a half ago now? Everybody kind of put the category down for a long time, and you just kept grinding it and really kept it on a lot of people's radar. And sometimes in a speedrun community, that's really all you need, is one person going hard and, active in the community, and people seeing that, and that can get them back in the category. I guarantee I would not have really gotten back into the category as hard as I did before this tournament started up if I hadn't been popping into your stream every other day, seeing, AD being run. So really great work, just, organizing everything and keeping things on the radar here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eric, you got any final thoughts here?
Buane took a lot of words out of my mouth. So, thank you so much, like all the admins, for all the work you put into this, like the tutorial documents, all that. Everyone just jumping into chat, being excited about runs, just being excited about the tournament. And I'm super happy that I got to race against, the person that I basically learned Link to the Past, like especially vanilla, with and from. We put so much time into this game together and had so many interesting conversations about strats and stuff, and I wouldn't wish it to anyone else. It was a lot of fun, so thank you so much.
Wait a second. There's a tutorial for this category?
Yeah, no idea. I wish somebody would have put like a command or something, because it's been completely lost to me.
Real helpful. I gotta fix that thing, by the way. All the new tech, I was like, I'll get to it, and I still haven't. So, but yeah, okay. So I think with that, for you guys, make me cry here. We're gonna bring in some other people. I see Greenham, one of the other just absolute key pieces to putting this tournament together, is with us, and then I see a lot of people in chat that have helped out. Lang's Clan. Anyone who's done commentary, Anders, if you don't get in here, I'll be upset. Yoho, just anyone who did any commentary, anything. If you want to hop in, kind of give your thoughts as we wrap up here. Tracy, Asder, that'd be great. So Greenham, if you want to, I see you hanging out here. If you want to throw out a couple thoughts.
Yeah, what's up, gamers? How we doing? First of all, I just wanted to say GG's and congrats to both runners here. It was a great show, and as y'all have said, it really couldn't have come down to two more appropriate guys. I think you guys kind of coming up together and being good friends and everything. It was just a lot of fun to watch. So GG's to you, and congrats to you, Buane, for the win. I did want to give a very special shout out to the one and only Anders Likes Chicken, who brought just so much joy and lore to commentary and volunteered just a ton of his time when no one else was available. And, Kozler was right there alongside of him for the most part. So thanks y'all just for how much time that you put into it and volunteered. It's really great to see. And then to Duck, who I don't think anyone expected to be this organized and motivated for this tournament, and just putting together a really, really enjoyable tournament from all perspectives, in my opinion. Everyone who did work on the tourney document and the tutorial document, Kelsey had such a huge part in that, so big shout outs to her and everyone else who worked on that. And then just CSR for handling all these restreams and really just making our jobs so easy to put these shows on for you. So thanks y'all, really appreciate it, and hope you all enjoyed the show.
Yeah, this tournament has been, the very first match we had Andy versus Oase. Of the group stages, I was just looking for like a good match I thought might be close. And I think that's still one of the best races we had this entire time. We had Kelsey and Emo kick off the tournament. Some really, really good commentary there. The commentary by just everyone this tournament has been great. A lot of people I see hanging out in chat that helped out. Really put it. We only had to like cancel like one match, the entire thing, because no one was available for it. Anders just a complete workhorse. Kozer, you two stepping up a lot. Dow did a lot of commentary as well, especially some of the oddball times. So just incredibly well run. Yeah, Anders, if you don't come in and offer some thoughts, I'm gonna be upset right now.
Yeah, we need your voice in here, Anders.
Imagine wrapping up the tournament with a sweet hand-picked trivia question.
For real.
That's what I'm kind of hungry for here.
All right, here we go. How's it going, Anders?
Hi, friends. What's up? I was making carbonara. I'm sorry.
Okay, that is pretty important. Not gonna lie.
Definitely a very Anders thing to say.
Yeah.
We're just
great race, friends.
we're just giving our thoughts about the tournament as a whole, and giving shout outs to anyone we wanted to give shout outs to. And I know quite a few of us wanted to shout you out for coming through. Basically, whenever that commentary sign up sheet would be up there, and somebody couldn't fill it in, you were right there to take over, to lead, to be colored, come in with trivia, to handle everything, to handle. I think you ended up doing more matches than I did. So I would say definitely commentary MVP.
Well, thank you all. Thanks for letting me do this. As y'all know, I don't run this category, and I barely run the game. So it was really nice to really just get to watch everyone and see how things progressed and learn more about the game and the players. And so thanks for taking a chance on me, since I don't know the game.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely brought unique perspective to it. Everyone seemed to enjoy.
Greenham had the right word before. Enthusiasm. That's what these events are made or broken on. You can have the best runners facing off in the greatest category in the world, and it doesn't matter if nobody's enthusiastic about the event, not tuning in, not having fun with commentary. Like, who cares? So that's something that certainly our little speedrun community needs more of, and what keeps a lot of other speedrun communities afloat.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone's got any matches or anything they want to remember, Anders, I think you probably watched more than any. I know there was, like I said, Andy Owase won just to start off the tournament. Really close race. We had a bunch of other I was involved in a couple close ones.
Yeah.
And Kyung.
I mean, the Czechs versus Lynx match was really had me on edge. With Czechs having a Ganon fall at the last minute. Apathy U versus Kyung, yeah. Dow versus Zelda, I still remember having to mute myself because I had no idea what was going on.
Wait, we haven't given any shout-outs to Dow, by the way. Dow winning the predictions and knocking out the #1 ranked player in this tournament.
I was going to get to it.
Okay. I jumped the gun. I didn't get the script. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot racer. I'll mute myself.
Yeah, we also see Tracy is hanging out in chat. Did some commentary with us as well. I know she's organized some other tournaments and knows the pain of doing these things. If she wants to chime in with any thoughts here.
Yeah, hey Duck. This was a really unique one for me because I watched Azure. He's one of my good friends. Was preparing for this tournament, and we're kind of like, I probably not going to commentate this one. And then you came to me and said, "Hey, we need commentators, so you should commentate for us." So I went and learned as much of the category as I think is possible without actually running it. I don't even run an MG. I just play randomizers badly. So it was really cool reading the document, learning all the details, and it gave me a new appreciation for this game because one of the things that drives me nuts when I watch the randomizer stuff is how little people understand the nuances. And I know I still am working on understanding the nuances of just all the little details that go into Link to the Past run. I mean, I come from Super Metroid, where there are a lot of little details there, but I feel like you can see the difference in Super Metroid. In Link to the Past, you have to really be looking to see the differences. But once you do start seeing them, you can't unsee them. Like we were talking about Stereolag a while back, and yeah, now I can't unsee it anymore.
It's like on a chalkboard, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. So thank you very much for asking me to do this. It really was a great experience. I didn't do that many commentaries, but it was really fun to watch and learn this new category. And if I ever do decide to run Link to the Past, I'm sure I'll have to at least learn NMG first, but this is where I would go. I really enjoyed this category. I like that we have enough of these glitches to make it interesting, but we still have to play the game. You know, it's not one of those just go straight to Ganon and kill them and you're done. No, it's just you actually still have to play the game and you have to play it well. It's not just, glitch here and glitch there. It's, they all make sense and the route makes sense, and it's just a really neat category. So yeah, thank you for bringing me in on this, and also congratulations to Buane for winning this thing, and Eriror for also second place. This is a really good field, so you guys should be really proud of what you did.
Yeah, well said. I guess we will briefly mention those predictions, if I can bring them up real quick. Dow did end up taking the first spot with his prophecy bracket. Basically, I think he won this basically mostly on the back of just slam picking himself for
believing in himself. Yeah,
Imagine believing in yourself. See that everyone believing in yourself will get you. I won't win in the tournament. We'll win you the predictions, and then. I actually came in second place with 90 points, mostly on the back of not believing in myself and having myself eliminated immediately because I can never pick myself in these things. And then Eri doing worse in the predictions they did in the tournament with his third place finish with 82 points in the predictions. So congratulations to all of you three, I guess, including me. But yeah, I mean, especially just, we see how, just coin toss all these matches can be, especially once we start getting late in the brackets. Once we got to like that third or fourth week, we were really saying that literally anyone at that point could win. I mean, we saw that what can happen in this category. Just, it's a fun category, like I said, especially when you're first learning it. Just you PB because you didn't lose 2 minutes on one of the clips, so it's really fun early on. It's a little bit grindy once you start getting to those better times. Like I said, we're still looking for that 10th 110. Dow, Kozer, Kaz, I'm all adding you, and then hopefully a couple more 109s in the near future.
Imagine running Link to the Past.
I know, right?
By the way,
yeah, go on.
Did we have any races actually decided by loopholes and warps?
Like we had a couple.
Close.
Like there was the Lynx Fricker match, which was effectively tied heading in to the very end, and I think Fricker was technically ahead or something, but it was just one different blue ball. But like that was within 6 seconds. I think the only ones that were actually decided, the first one actually, the Andy Oase, that would have been determined by RNG, but Oase ended up missing the 1-1, and Andy still won. So no, I don't. I got 0 against Kyong, but I was like technically ahead by a blue ball.
You
already.
would have been 1 second ahead.
Yeah, it was. It was
like
really
one blue
close.
ball. It would have been 1 second.
Yeah, it was really close. So yeah, I like as much as we complained about, we thought like it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have RNG, but it turns out there's so much other dumb stuff in this category that I mean, most of the close races, not even it's not so much like how close the race is at the end, it's like how long it's close for. Like the me and Kaz race, we were frame for frame for like 90% of that race until I died on Turtle Rock. And Kaz ended up winning it at the end. So yeah, we had a lot of exciting races. Anders, I know you can't possibly finish this off without your trivia question. So let's hear it.
Fuck you, Apathy. Pardon me.
What? Is that
So-
the trivia
Thank
question?
you.
No, I do have a trivia question because I have a bunch of them. Because it was fun to do. So this trivia question is a Legend of Zelda trivia question. What is the first 3D Zelda game to not include a playable instrument?
Twilight Princess.
Are we counting Wind Waker because it's not an instrument? It's a baton.
You're just conducting instruments being played, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's technically correct. Actually,
Wind Waker? There's not. I guess you can play anything.
Yeah. You conduct your little Korok dude and Rudo peeps.
yeah, Wind Waker counts. Twilight Princess, you do sing as the dog, and singing is instrumental. And
What?
yes,
That's
like
not an
Chalmers
instrument.
says, there's also.
Yes, it is. Hello?
Yes, it is.
Hi, I'm a singer.
Yeah.
Your voice is 100%
Um,
an instrument.
And,
And
then
Twilight Princess has the grass
additionally,
whistle.
Ah, yeah. See, good point.
The other
Okay,
option
thank you.
is actually Phantom Hourglass, which reused only assets from Spirit Tracks and actually had no instruments whatsoever.
You were trying to get us on the 3D but handheld, weren't you?
I just thought it was a cool fact, so no. But thank you guys for letting me do trivia again.
Yeah. I know Duck shouted it out, but I just want to reiterate shout out to all of our lovely peeps at ZSR for all the hosting, coming in, helping us out, letting us have just making everything go very, very smoothly on their end. Everything was, at least from my perspective as a commentator, there was always somebody there to ping me if I was gonna forget. Somebody on chat counting us down, making sure all the levels are working correct. So thanks to Trez and all the folks at ZSR for all their hard work in this tourney.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with the restreaming from ZSR. I'm really happy we decided to go in with them, especially because we can show off our personality a little bit more here, like saying things like "fuck you, apathy" when I said nothing wrong. So let's had a couple good moments. This ran completely smoothly. Glad that we got to work with them. I think it definitely was the right forum for this tournament. So Trez isn't here. We do. Siberian was our commentator. If you want to speak for the voice of ZSR, if you want to have any final comments here.
The only thing I can say for this is thank you that you wanted us to restream your matches, and hope if anything comes up soon, you will choose us again. And I'm a bit don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, that's all right. I think we're pretty much wrapping it up here. I don't know. I guess we'll just go through one by one real quick. People in here, just any final words. So, Anders, if you have any final thoughts.
Nope.
All right, thanks. Buane, anything else?
Everything's already been said. Just thanks to everybody. I'm looking forward to whatever we do next.
I mean, you brought up the Josh RTA 125. You gotta bring it up on stream. Come on,
Sorry,
you gotta bring it up on stream now.
I felt like the moment had passed, but yes, we
125.
got a very good top moment there. I think it's in everybody's memories for a very long time.
You got any final thoughts?
Yeah.
before-
Happy birthday, Yoho, and join the Discord if you're interested in running this game.
Yoho's
Happy
birthday?
Yoho.
Wow.
Yes,
Happy
Yoho's birthday.
Wow,
National
Yoho shares
Strawberry
birthday with-
Shortcake Day.
Yoho has the same birthday as Chalmers. Happy birthday, Chalmers and Yoho.
Are you?
No, it's a joke. It's just.
Only thing I want to say, only last thing I want to say is, we'll do that dinner at some point, Anders. No 15 BBs, but we'll do that dinner at some point. And anyone watching, Anders' DMs are completely open. He has great health care and a great cook.
Yeah, I think the only thing I got less to say is we still do have a couple of silver bracket matches left. They're just finishing up. They're on their last little stretch. Hopefully, we'll be able to get those restreamed as well here on ZSR. But I don't have anything. I think everything's been said. Like I said, great tournament. It was really fun to see this category get pushed. So many new people playing it. I know we'll probably see a little bit of a lull of AD coming up here. Just been playing it so much, but hopefully it'll stay in people's minds. People will maybe go for some of those goals that they didn't quite get to. But with that, I think we'll hand it back off to ZSR to close us out then.
Okay, and with that we have the next match coming up is the Minish Cap Randomizer Weekly, starting in about 15 minutes on ZSR2. They are already preparing their stuff. And here on ZSR1 we have in a bit over an hour an Ocarina of Time Blackout Bingo special. I'm not sure what we will have there exactly. And Monday we have a day off. And on Tuesday we have again the Zelda 2 Randomizer Weekly. And with everything said, see you soon.
Peace.
Yeah, thanks everyone.